Good morning. Good morning. How we doing this morning? It's Wednesday, hump day. We're hump day morning, doing our thing. Yep. We're ready, Freddy. Seeing how we do this morning. Seeing how we do this morning. Mm-hmm. All righty. Who's here? Who's up? Who's ready for a new trading day? After yesterday's crazy drop, we were doing fine. Trades going on fine. Thought it was going to be a nice, quiet day yesterday, and it started off just as such. Nice and quiet, taking our time, just chilling out yesterday in the zone. No issues. And then the next thing we know, won't, we get news, and of course we are in a very news driven market right now. So yesterday we're just chilling, letting the day pass, just chilling, consolidating. I'm thinking we're going to ride this out because FOMC was coming today. So yesterday would be a very quiet day while the market just kind of chilled out. And then we get news that the fighter jets were being sent to where they were being sent, and the next thing we know, the price starts falling. Whoa. Yep. So there went that. Our trades that were really doing very well here started to be challenged very fast. And off we went down to the bottom side. We did, drop down into the 59.79, 59.80. We did a little bit of a recovery at 245 and kind of danced around there. Finally closed at 59.82. So we made a little bit of money. Good morning, Andrew. Made a little bit of money, but lost a little bit more than we won yesterday. Basically ended up mitigating the losses because I had trades that were under here. And I had some trades that I had closed off along the way, but then I had one trade in there that I had set to close with my PDT hack, but then the PDT hack didn't pick up and I wasn't still watching it. So I didn't realize that it had not picked up. It got lost in the shuffle of me making sure other trades got turned on. It got lost in the shuffle. So there went that. So we took a loss yesterday, down about $800 in losses yesterday. Now we do know how to recover losses, and we do know how to mitigate, because the loss could have been bigger had we not mitigated and got some put credit spreads underneath here. But I took a whole lot more trades than I wanted to take. The mitigation activities become a flurry of activity, like because you're then trying to mitigate and slow and stop the bleeding, basically, is what happens. But this is what yesterday looked like, where a nice calm day right here turned into a not so calm day. Now for the buyers, if you're buying puts, this is like fantastic. Now if you were in this and you were buying calls, not so fantastic, because then you'd be like, what happened? So there's that. That was what yesterday looked like in SPX, right? So other stocks had different things. Now there's only a few things right now that are really bullish right now, and it's like war related things. That would be the things like the oils. Again, like I said, war based stocks. Let me go. I have a little short list here of things that would potentially be war based, or this kind of environment based things. I want to make sure I go and find it so I don't miss anything. Don't want to miss nothing, right? Where'd it go? I thought I was scrolling, had a little short list of things that would be, and now of course that I'm talking about it, I don't see it. I know I have scrolled right past it just because I'm looking for it and talking to y'all. So I know I've scrolled right past it on my phone. The little list I had, I'm scrolling. Yeah. Who has an idea what I'm talking about? If you do, put something in the chat. The things that would potentially be bullish in this space, in this time and space, in this environment. What things would be bullish in this environment? I think I may be close. Maybe. Oh, here we go. Nope. Y'all do know we got quad witching on Friday. OPEX, all this stuff. Oh, here we go. Only thing that could potentially be would be some energy stocks, defense, which is, I say war. I just should call it defense. War sounds a little more and oil. Energy, defense, and oil. That's the stuff that kind of is moving in the bullish. There we go. Thank you. Energy, defense, and oil. You with me, Slim? I should have looked down here. I'm looking over here. Energy, defense, and oil. These are the things that are moving in the bullish space. The rest of the stuff is kind of like, we'll get back to y'all later. Energy, defense, and oil. Everything else is, we'll get back to y'all in a minute. All right. All right. Let's talk about what is going on today. The VIX is at 2119, up a little bit, up a taste. VIX being up means the market being down. We got a little bit of a bearish tilt. Listen, I'm always one who says we trade what we see, and we're a little bit on the bearish side. Good thing about our strategy is that we can trade it in both environments, bullish or bearish or neutral. Our strategy works great when we're neutral, for sure, but we can trade it either way. Many strategies do. Some people trade more bullish or more bearish, but our strategy will go either way. All right. So we're in a little bit of a bearish environment, but we trade again as usual. We trade in what we see. Okay, 21.18 is where the VIX is right now. Wall Street hates this rally. I don't see a rally happening a whole lot. Stocks are back near record highs. Okay, SPX is in the 5900s, 5982. What chases $795? Okay, let me go back because I touched something and it opened up the next screen. I don't want that. Okay, so let me move on to the CNBC while that resets itself, maybe. And the calendar, my whole thing is just taking your painted little time. It's just every screen wants to do your thing. Do your thing. It's your thing. All y'all are just kind of chilling. What is going on with the whole platform? White screens. Okay, so while that is doing its thing, let's switch over to Adam. While that is deciding what it wants to do. I knew my computer was going slow, but I turned it off last night for the very reason that I'm talking about, so that we wouldn't have these issues. Add to the stage. Please do what I've asked. My computer is like, we taking our plenty time. We don't know what you're rushing about. We taking our time. Yep, y'all see it just spinning. There we go. We got the spins happening this morning. The spin. That's what it's doing. Okay, Adam says it's FOMC day and only one level matters in SPX, and that's 59, 90, 95, which is the magnet. 59, 90, and 95 is the magnet. In that area, that's the magnet. All right, so that's what we're looking at. You see, this seems like some of the tabs are seeming to want to open. We'll come back to them, though, after I read Adam's numbers for today. Come on, CNBC. You can open up, too. I'm looking at the things up here. Okay. It was support yesterday, and it held for a rally to 60.26 target. It then became resistance. I posted its reclaim was needed to see 6,005 plus. We hit 6,005 and dipped. We dipped, baby. We definitely dipped after 6,005. Oh my, it was a dip. Well, that was a news-based dip, basically. But we dipped nonetheless. The plan today, 59.95 reclaim sees 6,005, 6,011, 6,026, which 6,026 and 22, that area yesterday was definitely strong resistance. SPX could not get above that area yesterday. Supports equal 59.91, 59.71. Those are support areas. The gap between SPX and ES is 55 points. So if you're looking at Adam's numbers, if you're one who does Adam Mancini on Twitter, if you trade ES or you watch his numbers, the gap between his numbers and SPX is 55 points. Okay. If you're looking at XSP, the range is, excuse me, from 590. Actually, the range is from 599, 597, not 590. Well, okay. The range is from 597. Should be a 597 to 603. 590 is way down there. There will be absolutely no money at 590. It's from 597 to 603. Okay, the range is from 597 to 603 on XSP. If you're looking at that, okay, those are Adam's numbers. Of course, if you're in my community, this graphic will be sent to you. If not, you might take a screenshot. Take a screenshot if you're not in my community, because this graphic will go away in 3, 2, 1 seconds. It's gonna go away. Okay, you just are tripping. I'm gonna change it back to the other screen. Let's go to stock market, but CNBC. Iran threatens irreparable damage if the U.S. enters the Israel conflict. Okay. U.S. oil prices hold near 5-month high as Trump weighs the Iran attack. Stealth aircraft and 30,000-pound bombs while destroying Iran's nuclear program is such a difficult feat. Oil analysts left scratching their heads over the Israel-Iran conflict. Your guess is as good as mine. The Fed is likely to keep rates the same, but give a forecast that moves the markets. What to expect? That's what's coming up there. Pre-market, we've got green across the board in the futures. We're up 22 on the Dow, up 6 on the S&P futures, up 36 in NASDAQ. Oil's green, 10-year bonds red. Stock futures tick higher ahead of the Federal Reserve's decision rate cut. In Europe, we've got a mixed bag over there. Stock 600, DAX and CAC are all red. FTSE and FTSE Milano's green. Lender NatWest reportedly interested in a TSB takeover. All right, Asia. Fill me in. Okay, move to the next one. Tuesday, which is not today. That was yesterday. We're not going back to yesterday. We're not going back to yesterday. We had unemployment claims this morning. Look at the bottom of the screen. My computer is acting a monkey. Unemployment claims. Yeah, you just don't want to do. Okay, move on. Let's see if I can get you to move. You don't want to move either. Nothing wants to move this morning. Building permits, looks like we got the reds here. They were expecting 1.4, 1.9, and 1.3, and all those are red. Continuing jobless claims, 194,000 is what they got. 126, 1 point. Okay, these numbers are red. I couldn't start calling the number. They got a K next to them. Initial jobless claims, 245,000. They thought it would be 246,000. So that's a little bit better than they anticipated. At 10:30, we're getting crude oil inventories are going to come in. And then we're basically 4-week bill auction, 8-week bill auction. FOMC comes in at 2 o'clock. Projections come in at 2. The statement at 2. The press conference, 2:30. That's what's happening this afternoon. Y'all know that causes whatever. There's usually some move, and then there's the real move. Okay. Hey, my day, Littlefield. Hey, Janae. There's usually a move, and there's the real move. Okay, so just know, don't jump too fast. Federal rate decision happens at 2, and then the press conference follows it. There's a move, and then there's a real move. So don't jump too fast. Don't prematurely jump out there. Wait and let's see. Now, for those of us who are sellers, we can wait until after until after everything settles to see which direction the market actually chooses, and we can ride that. Yes, your computer too. We can ride that wave after the fact. I think we can probably let him go, but let's see if I can get. Okay, Asia. Yeah, I did go to Asia. ASX 200, Nifty 50, and Hang Seng are all red. Nikkei and Shanghai both green. And I have another computer. I've said this before. I have another computer over there. It's just it doesn't flow as well as this one, so I have to. It's not as natural for me to flow with it. I have it, and I guess it just really requires me to just start using it, so that way I will flow more comfortably with it. But at this point, it's not flowing the same. It don't flow the same. Let's see what crypto's got going. If it ever decides to fill me in on crypto. Let me see if I can get some stuff that will close. That way I don't gotta have that running. Save some energy up here. Hey Doug, how you doing? Well. I talked about the calendar already. I think we've covered what's coming today. The other thing I wanted to do was hit this Yahoo News here, and it doesn't want to seem to fill back in. So let's keep pushing. We don't slow down the show because there's issues. No, we don't. I wasn't going to the membership next. I want to go back to the charts. So, I think I may have a goal here, but it's going to be, I need it to be smaller than this. And I'm scared to touch it because it's so sensitive. I need a man with sensitivity. It's going to have a sensitivity. There we go. Wall Street hates this rally. Stocks are back near record highs. Wall Street isn't exactly buying it. Me neither. All right. U.S. futures hit pause with Fed Trump's Mideast plan in focus. Okay. Trump's tone shift raises prospects of U.S. intervention in Iran. What Chase's 795,000, that's a reserve card, says about the economy. Trump flexes security powers to keep global tariff goal alive. You're trying to keep one thing up while you run something else in the ground. All right. Broadcom's 340% rally has Wall Street debating if it's Mag 7 material. Former Biden advisor, Trump economy is working through the shock. Oil swings in volatile market as Trump spurs war escalation fear. Early Fed chair nomination could rattle the markets. Don't even try it. You start talking about replacing our Fed chair again seriously, and you gonna upset a already tenuous apple cart. That, in some cases, in my opinion, that this is all that this whole show is my opinion, is the one thing, and again, my opinion, the one thing that remains stable for me and keeps me feeling like we're going to be, I will say, quote, we're going to be okay, is that Jerome Powell is still the man who's managing our economy. That's the one thing that gives me a bit of hope, because of course that Jesus Christ is on the throne and he knows what we're dealing with. But to keep Jerome Rome doing his job, that's one of the things that says, okay, well, even though we got people who just do stuff at the seat of their pants, Jerome Rome ain't seat of his pants, and that's the one thing that gives me a little bit of hope in that space. You start talking about replacing the one dude who ain't being moved by the powers that be, I think that will upset the apple cart even the more. Again, that is my opinion, but yeah. U.S. single-family housing starts rise in May, but the permits slump. Fintech Klarna to launch $40 per month mobile plans. I guess y'all heard some talk about the whole Trump mobile or something too. Always something. You're always very self-serving. It wouldn't be so bad if everything you were talking about was nation serving. But when we hear nation serving things, and well, supposedly, but then they're followed up with self-serving things, then yeah, then we really, for me, then I really don't give credence to the things that you say are nation serving when the things that are self-serving come right behind them. Okay, there's that. We can close off. I think we caught up on our Yahoo Finance news. All right, let me go back to the charts and see where we at this morning in the pre-market. We're about 5 after 9. This is where SPY is right now. SPY closed yesterday at 597.56. That's where it closed yesterday, 597.56, and it is currently at 598.46. So about $1 above where it closed yesterday. Gapped up for the open in the pre-market, pulled back a little bit to fill that gap some, and now it's going up. At this point, there is a gap from the close of yesterday to where we currently are. That gray area is the gap of where we are right now. Okay. Now, one would say the gap got closed. This gap got closed in the pre-market. I don't personally count pre-market closures. I count during the open hours. I count those as closures. That's me. Whatever it is you're going to do with your closures versus non-closures, just be consistent. All right. However you decide you're going to count gap open and closures, be consistent with that. I personally go with during the time that we're open, because that's really when, not that things can't be bought in the closed times, because they can, but I count live gap closures. All right. When I say live, that being during the regular trading session. Triple Q closed yesterday at 528.99. It is currently at 530.24, something like this. So this is about $1.30, dollar and some change, right? The gap between where we close and where we currently are is there. That's the gray. That's the gap that is currently there. Of course, we've got about 23 minutes to see what happens in the next 23 minutes. Again, what do we do in these parts? We trade what we see. Trade what you see. Yep, this is IWM. IWM closed yesterday at 208. It is currently at 208. It closed. Let me get a little more specific, seeing that we're so close. 208.51, and we're currently at 208.44. So we're very close to where we closed yesterday. There's a mini gap, just a itty bitty gap right there. Okay. That's where we are on IWM, very close to where we closed yesterday. Again, remember, we've got FOMC coming today. Tomorrow will be a holiday. And then Friday is quad witching, OPEX, all the things is happening on the third Friday of the month. It doesn't help that we're going into a holiday tomorrow and coming out of that right into the quad witching, where a bunch of stuff will be closed and open. So positions can't necessarily, where people might be pre-staging on any other week, any other month, they would pre-stage that Thursday, or maybe close some things on Thursday in anticipation for the Friday. They're not going to be able to do that this time. Banks are closed on Thursday. All those things that people where they would be open are going to be closed tomorrow. So there's going to be, in my opinion, again, a tremendous amount of volatility on Friday. So we're going to trade accordingly, if we trade at all. All right. If we trade at all. All righty. So I was talking a little earlier about, and it's always a little tough to talk about joining a membership when there's been a loss right behind it. But the good thing about being in a membership is we were all together and everybody didn't lose. Anytime that we're at the end of the day, all of my members put posts in the chat about their wins and their losses. The great thing is that we're in a space where we can talk about what went well and what didn't go well. Like for me, I talked about what did I do well yesterday? Well, we put on trades yesterday that were based on our charts, based on our technical analysis, and they went well yesterday. Then that in that same post, I talked about what didn't I do well yesterday? What could I have done better yesterday? And that was I should have closed off my trades as soon as my short legs were hit. I had one trade that basically, I told you I got lost in the shuffle, and it should have gotten closed as soon as whenever, because I've had to say that same thing too many times, and those who are in my community know this. And I am very transparent. It's a very community feel in my membership. I am not, as I suggest you, I'm not the big Arlissa. I am still growing in this space because conquering your own emotions is probably the final frontier of trading. When you get your own self conquered, when you conquer greed and fear and FOMO, when you conquer those things, you will be unstoppable as a trader. So when I finally get the thing for the risk management, the final risk management piece where I close my trades when my short leg is breached, I will be unstoppable. I'm saying that. I'm making that declaration because that is the thing that is the last thing for me. I promise you, because that's the thing that I keep having to repeat. And when I conquer that, mark my words. When I conquered that. Anyway, that's what I could have done different yesterday. We had a big drop, and I anticipated that drop would recover. I waited, and I waited too long. And while I was waiting, I forgot I had a trade on. While I was sitting at my desk, I could see the trade. But when I started moving around, I forgot that was a trade that was still going. Anyway, we have a membership where we do all this stuff together. We trade together. I send out the signals of which trades we're in, what trades we're closing. We're there to talk together. We're there to help each other, to grow, to learn, because really what we're here, I'm training traders. I'm not here to give you fish. I'm here to teach you to fish. And that's what we're doing over there. If you'd like to join us, feel free. Come on in the room and join us, right? Come on and hang out with us. It's really a vibe. I'm telling you, it's a vibe. E2T- membership. I'm putting the link in the chat, but it's also on that graphic that you're looking at. All right. Come on and join us over there. It's really a great time. E2T University is opening in August. If you've been wondering how to do what we do, how to learn how to trade, Doug says, I'm a new member here. Woo, woo, new members in the house. Doug is back. Doug used to be with us before, and Doug is back. Welcome back, Doug. I love it. E2T University, if you want to know how to do what we've been doing, you want to learn how to trade options as a seller, all the things from the basics all the way up to profitability, we're starting in August. Get your coins together, start thinking about it, start talking about it, start praying about it now. We're going to do 12 weeks starting in August, and we're going to learn and make money along the way. All right. So put it on your radar. I want to make sure that it's on your radar so that way when I start talking about let's sign up, you will be ready, ready, ready. I am ready. And maybe there's some courses that you're ready for already, And if you are, you can definitely go to my website, and all of my resources are here at educatortotrader.com. Everything that I have taught and teach, all of these are delivered via video, on demand, as they say. They're a DIY. You can get all of those there. You can also join the membership there at my website, educatortotrader.com. All of my training resources are there. Okay. You can buy it in a bundle. You can buy them onesie. You're in good. You can go there and get everything you're looking for. One-on-one trainings. Everything is there. Free resources are over on the freebies page, e2t-freebies.com. Hey, Tanya, I was thinking about you this morning. Send me a message. E2T free resources, e2t-freebies.com. 3 things to check before you trade. There's all kinds of free stuff over there. Go over there and check it out. See what's over there to get. Okay. And one-on-one coaching. Perhaps you're just trying to figure out, is E2T University for you? Should you jump into the membership now? Should you wait? Should you just purchase a training? Is a one-on-one coaching session all you need to get you, it's all set and ready? Okay, you'll know. All right, a one-on-one coaching session. You can then sign up you can sign up for that over on my website as well. You just may need to be maybe a little tweak, get you right on the road. All righty. All right, now we're ready to land our plane. Our E2T trader declaration. Oh, before I say this, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the stuff you're supposed to do on YouTube. Please let the world know that you're here and you like it here and you want them to show us to more people. I don't say that often enough. I know you're supposed to say all that and tell people to check the notification bell and all those things. I have to do better at that. Tell the people that we're here, okay? I declare I'm a great trader, a successful trader, and a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses and my account is growing steadily. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I have a strategy that I use for my trades. I don't randomly place trades. I'm a level-headed trader who trades my plan and not my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. Help us today to trade our strategy with wisdom and knowledge. Allow us to prosper enough to have what we need and enough to bless others. In Jesus' name, amen, amen, amen. All righty. So it's about 9:15, which means you've got about 15 minutes to get yourself prepared. If you haven't got your coffee yet, Yvette, you got time to go get your coffee now before the market opens. Okay? So that way, when the market opens, you won't go get coffee and cause our market to go down. Right? So go ahead and grab your coffee. You got 15 good minutes. And that way, when the market opens, you'll be ready to go. You'll be ready to go. All right. Hey, Denise and JRE, we get ready to close down the show. Y'all made it just in time for me to say, we're going to stay green. We're going to get this money and we're going to have a great green day. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.